everybody! I literally just saw you, but welcome back. You're probably not going to see me because I'll schedule these strategically. Anyway, welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. Last episode, we had a lot of interesting restored content. We went to a cut section of the map on Tatooine, where a Sarlacc pit was supposed to be originally, and you were supposed to... I keep hitting the desk and making the camera shake. You were originally going to have to retrieve the star map from the Sarlacc's Maw, which was interesting. We fought Calo Nord and took all his stuff, and the Sand People Chieftain has given us permission to speak to the storyteller and hear the history of the Sand People. So without any further ado... Oh wait, is it still playing? It's still playing! We don't have to launch the game. Woo! So we're gonna load up the game. We right here in front of the storyteller. Alright, the storyteller. I hope you like story time. Compared to the other warriors we've encountered, the Sand People storyteller is relatively calm, his movements and speech, but he regards you coldly.
Translation. He identifies himself as the storyteller, Master. He has been told of your warrior skills and will speak the history to you.
Speak it? They don't write it down?
Translation. Translation. Theirs is an oral history, Master, an active part of their lives. It is only permitted to relay the tales face to face. Translation. A book or datapad can be taken away, cheapening the value of what it contains. To commit it to paper or storage is to remove it from the people.
So you can start to pick a fight and be like, oral histories are often inaccurate. Or I can say, what topics can I choose from?
Translation. Translation. You may choose to hear the history, or you may choose not to. Their history is a single entity that cannot be partitioned. Translation. The only exception is in continuing the tales once they have begun. If you leave, when you return, he will continue from where he left off.
You can still want to pick a fight. Oral histories are inaccurate. Okay. Begin the history, or I'll return later. Begin the history.
Translation. Translation. It begins with the ancient times. They were not sand people, for there was no sand. The land was green with life, and they walked without wrappings. Translation. Though the land was beautiful, they lived apart from the land. They built their walls high and saw beyond the horizon. They dared to reach the stars. Translation. There are no words for how long ago this was. It was before the outsiders, before the abduction, before the cities fell, before the builders.
So now, at this point, you can ask questions about what you've heard. We've heard a lot of strange, interesting things that are very different from perspectives we may have had of Sand People. And what is this history? I want to ask questions about what I've heard. You still have the option oral histories are inaccurate.
Cautionary. I should warn you, Master, that any questioning of their interpretation may be seen as trying to change the meaning of what was said. Clarification. They may consider this to be speaking the words in error, a blasphemy they would attempt to kill you for.
So you gotta be careful with your questions. I want to ask something about the ancient times.
Clarification. It would appear that they once had a thriving technologically advanced society, but were wiped out by a much more sophisticated alien species.
Is there anything in the galactic record that would verify this?
Negative. I am no library, but since there is no Republic record of this planet having sentient life before Zerka colonization, I doubt you will find such evidence.
Ask him if these builders resemble any modern species.
Translation. Translation. He only understands the builders as an iconic force meant to test the resolve of his people. He is not making sense, Master. Clarification. They claim their stories are repeated unchanged, but they have demonized these builders. In their minds, they wreak such havoc they could not possibly be flesh and blood.
So, if we recall from Dantooine when we spoke to the droid inside of the ruins, that droid also referred to a people called the Builders. Maybe they're the same people. The architecture of those ruins was rather similar to that we saw in the Cut Sarlacc area. But I digress. Ask if they have an image we could compare with the current species.
Cautionary. Master, this line of questioning may be interpreted as attempting to change the story. He may react poorly.
So if HK says that, don't say just do it, because they will react poorly. Can he clarify how long ago Tatooine was green with life?
Doubting. I don't believe he can, Master. Even if their stories are exact and unchanged, it is likely they were first told thousands of years after these events occurred. This has become very much like a creation myth for his people. There is no date. It simply was.
So then you could ask about a different part of the history if you've heard any more, but we haven't yet, so let's return to my other questions.
Obedient. I will ask whatever you wish, Master.
Continue the history from where we left off.
Translation. Translation. His arrogant people touched the stars, and this sin drew the attention of the builders. The builders did not touch the stars, they lashed them to millstones. Translation. Great demons of metal stripped the world of its riches until all that was left was the green of the ground. The great cities were lifted away. Translation. Those that had used the wealth were taken along with it. Transgressors abducted to serve past the sky, seeding the stars with penitent, adaptable slaves.
They did not touch the stars, they lashed them to millstones. I love that line. So, the builders took some of their people as slaves also. This seems to be a lot like the builders we heard the Dantooine droid talk about. I want to ask questions about what I've heard.
Cautionary. Remember my warning, Master. They may consider certain questions to be speaking the words in error, a blasphemy they would attempt to kill you for.
I want to ask about the time of enslavement.
Clarification. I believe they were occupied by this technologically superior species for a substantial period. Stripping an entire planet of usable resources would have taken generations.
How many of his people were taken off-world?
Translation. Translation. He has no number. He claims that those that were taken were examples of the worst of his kind, arrogant and uncaring of the land. Doubtful, Master. This is just another distortion due to their demonization of the builders. It's like claiming an aspect of his people were taken, not actual individuals. Clearly, history has colored his view. Of course, only the inferior meatbags were taken. The remaining were his ancestors, after all. They must have been special.
Well, HK. So you can suggest you rethink it, which is no. Why would the invaders have done this?
Obvious. The same reason Zerka Corporation is attempting it now. Expanding empires need tremendous amounts of resources.
This is true. I want to return to my other questions.
Obedient. I will ask whatever you wish, Master.
So you can also begin the history again. Continue the history from where we left off.
Translation. Translation. There came a time when the builders were also judged for their crimes. After generations, a plague weakened them, and the time of the Great War began. Translation. The builders faltered, and his people realized why they had been punished, so that they understood the crime, and would now strike down the greater offender. Translation. They worked chaos in the machines, so they destroyed themselves. The builders fought back, laying waste to the green that had been misused with fire from above. Translation. Soil became glass, grinding to sand, but the fight was long planned, and his people were safe. Deep in cave homes carved from valley wall, they were free.
I want to ask questions about what I've heard.
Cautionary. Remember my warning, Master. They may consider certain questions to be speaking the words in error, a blasphemy they would attempt to kill you for.
I want to ask about the Great War.
Clarification. The occupying force suffered some sort of species-wide plague that lowered their numbers over time. His people used this extended weakness to sabotage their larger ships. The response of the builders appears to have been to lay waste to the entire surface of Tatooine.
How can they repel such a powerful species?
Doubting. They didn't, Master. They struck a blow. But the storyteller only believes they won because the builders were gone when they emerged from their caves. That does not mean they defeated anyone. It seems clear that the builders simply sterilized their problem and left. The enemy judged them not worthy to fight.
So don't ask him if that's a possibility. What kind of weapon could do so much damage?
Clarification. I may not have properly conveyed how long they fought with the builders. Given time, any number of armaments could destroy a world. Hypothesis. Perhaps this is another distortion. Their climate may have begun to fail due to their unrestrained development even before the builders arrived. Looking back thousands of years later, such a shift could easily be attributed to the much-hated conquerors.
How could they survive an attack?
Hypothesis.
Such an attack.
If his people were moving away from technology for a long time under the builders, they may have had extensive cave systems that could grant shelter. I would also suggest that, given the evidence of the massive shift in the nature of their society, most of them did not survive.
Okay. Let's return to my other
Obedient.
questions.
I will ask whatever you wish, Master.
Continue the history from where we left off.
Translation. Editing, if I may, Master. This section of his tale details several millennia of the Long Walk, their nomadic wanderings as they accept their identity in a desert world. Rather than strain my circuits on his dialect, might we just assume there was much fighting over who has the biggest bantha and move on to more recent things?
Well then. So you can gently encourage that, but... I mean, I've never done that, but... No! I want to hear it all! Gwen loves story time!
Resignation. Very well, Master.
Several hours later.
Translation. The tribes spread far, distant from each other, but all as sand people and all cherished the land that remained. The sand would not be misused. Translation. Then machines fell from the stars again, outsiders like you that brazenly walked apart from the land. And greater still was the insult to come. Translation: these outsiders reminded them of their past transgression, of the time when they too walked apart from land. The outsiders, your kind, looked like their ancient abducted. Translation: so it is to the current sons that the Sand People hate all outsiders and give them no footing. You come again time after time, adaptable slaves to the machine.
I want to ask questions about what I've heard.
Cautionary. Remember my warning, Master. They may consider certain questions to be speaking the words in error, a blasphemy they would attempt to kill you for.
I want to ask something about Long Walk.
Impatience. Master, I refuse to inconvenience you with this. He spouted names of petty tribal fights in deserts so distant they might as well be across the galaxy. Really, Master, I'm sure it's important to him, but it has nothing of value that you could ever put to use.
Well then. We'll have to discuss this impudence, HK-47.
Agreement. Of course, Master. Just no more of their inane wandering. Obedience.
Let's return to my other
I
questions.
will ask whatever you wish, Master.
Continue the history from where we left off.
Translation. Translation. The tribes spread far, distant from each other.
So he
All the
repeats the
Sand
same
people
thing.
and all cherished the land that remained. The sand would not be misused.
I have the sand!
Translation. Then machines fell from the stars again. Outsiders like you that brazenly walked apart from the land. And greater still was the insult to come. Translation. These outsiders reminded them of their past transgression, of the time when they too walked apart from land. The outsiders, your kind, looked like their ancient abducted. Translation. So it is to the current sons that the Sand People hate all outsiders and give them no footing. You come again time after time, adaptable slaves to the machine.
Is there anything further?
Editing. The last 1,000 years are full of conflicts with different groups of attempted planetary settlers, all of whom are poorly described, long dead, and likely untraceable. I believe I have truncated it down to the usable bits in what was already said. I hope it is enough, Master.
Alright, you can ask more questions, you can say it's inaccurate, you can return later.
Cautionary. Remember my warning, Master. They may consider certain questions to be speaking the words in error, a blasphemy they would attempt to kill you for.
I want to ask something about the outsiders.
Clarification. They appear to hate humanity with a passion only rivaled by their hatred of the Builders. For some reason, you resemble what they once were. Perhaps there is a lingering fear that you are their tainted selves returning from exile among the stars.
Is it a physical or a societal similarity?
Cautionary. Master, if you mean to suggest that humanity is ancestrally linked to ancient Tatooine, you will strain his belief system to its pitiful meatbag maximum.
Never mind. Or... how far are we? We have time, so plot twist, just pose the question.
Translation. Cautionary. As expected, he is claiming you have committed blasphemy. Warming blasters, combat is inevitable.
Alright! So that was my plan all along. So now that we've made peace with the Sand People, heard their whole history, now we're gonna pull an Anakin, because it's still technically Revenge of the 6th. Alright! Let's do this. This is gonna be a hard battle. As they randomly crit. Life support packs. Life support packs. Ah. Ugh. Ah. This is gonna be short. I should have saved first. Well, that was short. We're gonna load the game, blasphemize really quickly, because I forgot to save immediately afterwards, and we're surrounded by sand people that randomly crit. Actually, we're gonna do a faster way. Speak it, they don't write it down. Oral histories are often inaccurate. He says, you dare not to question the accuracy.
Translation. He says that you dare not question the accuracy of his information. The stories are learned perfectly by each successive storyteller. Translation. In fact, they aren't allowed to speak the stories aloud unless they are exact. Any error is considered a blasphemy punishable by death. Criticism. It seems inefficient to me, Master. A score of apprentice storytellers would be slaughtered each generation. What if the elder died before completing the teachings? Translation. Apprentices are trained from birth.
Oh, dang.
Very few speak the words in error. Storytellers are most often lost in battle between tribes. Translation. Any tribe that loses its storyteller is obviously unworthy of existing. They lose their connection to history and destroy themselves with infighting soon after.
I'll return
Translation. Translation. We are free to leave.
Okay, that was interesting. I've never done that part before. More new stuffs! Okay, save, yes. Alright, there's faster ways to provoke fighting among the sand people. Where's an area where there's not many? I don't want to fight that many at once at the beginning. Oh my gosh, they're everywhere. They're everywhere. This seems like a good area. Okay, the other way you can make them all attack you is by opening one of their baskets. Fire grenade. Alright, as you examine the contents of the container, the sand people begin to ready their weapons. They were looking for any excuse to attack you, and rifling through their possession seems as good as an excuse as any. Now, we're gonna save it again. And go all Anakin. Not just the men, but the women and the children too. Okay. Gaffy sticks! Save the game. Yes. Alright, we're gonna take this in small doses, because there are a lot of sand people here. Let's heal in between. Save. Alright. That way. There, this way. Oh, one going around the corner. Dang. Disengage! This one's closer. Oh! HK is down! Alright. We're gonna wait a moment. Yeah, there we go. Acknowledgement! You get a level up. Oh my gosh, my neck. Alrighty. Repair. Repair. Okay. Accept. Droid upgrade class 2. Does this mean that I can give him better armor? It does! Excellent. Awareness. Awareness plus 2. Awareness plus 2. Blaster pistol. Blaster pistol. But he uses blaster rifle, so nope. Droid plating, defense bonus 4. Defense bonus 10, heavy plating. Yes. Okay. Stun ray, advanced stun ray. Flamethrower, that's a very HK upgrade. Energy deflect, energy deflect. That's fine. I got a better blaster rifle. Range 25. This is range 28. Nope. Computer use, computer use. Better than nothing, I guess. Oh no, no. Those are both T3 ones. Okay, none. Alright, healing up. Wait for the force to recharge. In the meantime, let's loot some stuff. Gaffy stick. So you can get a lot of gaffy sticks this way. And on one of these, not sure which yet, there is actually a restored gaffy stick. Gaffy stick, rather. Last time I found it closer to the chieftain. It might actually have been the storyteller holding it, but it's not a regular item. We're almost full on force. I think we'll be fine. Famous last words. Okay. Let's continue around this way, I guess. Ooh, that hurts. That hurts. Ah, that hurt a lot. Oh, let me actually switch to Carth since he's up close. Oof. There we go. Alright, level up. Attributes. Dexterity. Skills, treat injury. Feats. Beep-a-deep. Toughness, he's full. Conditioning full. Don't want dueling. Pistols full. Let's give him an improved power blast. Add feat. Okay. Accept. Alright, that Carth, that was your only level up. Don't screw it up! Alright, go ahead and get up! Gwen, get up! Gwen. There we go. Let's loot the remains while we're waiting for it to go enough to do one more heal. There we go. And now we need to wait a lot. Gaffy sticks. So I'm gonna wait and loot all these wicker bins at the end so I know I don't miss any. Ah! Already? Seriously? Alright. Med pack and gaffy stick. Ooh. Gaffy stick. Gaffy stick. You know, we really need to wait now because Carth is my tank. And I refuse to use med packs when I can wait for the force to recharge. So I'm gonna have some coffee in the meantime. So yeah, what do you think of the Sand People history? Even if you're planning on doing light side, or rather, if you don't plan on doing light side, I still recommend making at least temporary peace with the Sand People. You won't get dark side points. But there is ways, or are ways, as you will soon see, to get that Crate Dragon Pearl back. Because it's a great crystal. Other than some special crystals you can buy near the end of the game, it's possibly the best crystal. And you can use it in conjunction with those crystals, because those ones are color crystals. Ha ha. Without spoiling anything about those crystals. But... oh. Alrighty, we're all healed up. So I'm gonna save. Oh no, we don't. Cancel. Cancel. Not the Sarlacc pit. I have no force though, so this will be interesting. I don't want to fight the chieftain until I have force. Okay, so we've cleared out here. There were none in that room. When we go around here, the storyteller is there. Chieftain is here. So there's going to be a bunch of them this way. I actually clear it here and then go around the long way, clear the front so they can't sneak up around us. Then clear that. Try to lure the storyteller out before facing the chieftain, because both at once is going to be not fun. Let's do that. Alright. Mission success. I didn't want to get any closer than that. Could I have equipped a blaster and helped? Yes. Do I want to? Not really. This way I can also check if I missed some of these remains over here. It doesn't look like I did. The trash room. Alright, let's go around the front now. Ah, there's one. Remains. Gaffy stick. Talk to the bantha. Alright. Any more this way? Yes. Okay, I don't want to get up too close. Gonna try to lure them over here. Oh, the other one just walked away. Well then. Gaffy stick. Pick them off one by one. There we go. Save. There's the other remains. The storyteller. Ooh. So the chieftain does... Let me pause so you can hear me. The chieftain does not have a gaffy stick because he already gave us the gaffy stick. That's the other advantage to making peace first. Because he doesn't have a weapon. Oh, HK is low. Okay. Level up HK. Attributes. Why do you have so much strength? You are a droid. A charismatic droid. You can't use melee weapons. Makes no sense. No sense. So he's gonna be down a little. Next level. Once strength and dex are the same, because in this game that does bad things. Okay. Skills. Repair. Demolitions. Because who doesn't like a droid who can set mines? Droid after my own heart. Okay. Oh, that hurts. They are hitting hard. Time to use that energy shield. Why are they not hitting anyone else? And down goes Gwen. So yes, the storyteller made a special noise when he died. He was like, kind of like other large beasts, similar to like a great dragon or some other things we might face later. Yeah. Ooh. Carth, how'd you get poisoned? What'd you do? Carth. Stop getting hurt like that when Gwen's not here to heal you. Ooh. Oh. That was not fun. Why? Oh, he must have the special one. Pretty sure the special one poisons you. Alright, HK. You get to make them go boom. Really? Seriously? He definitely has the special one. Good thing I have all these left over from the rat ghouls. Oi. Can you stop with that? So much pew pew pew. Ah. All right. Now that that's settled. All right. So you can get your Crate Dragon Pearl back, which is great. Heavy Blaster, Durasteel Bonding Alloy. This is the Chieftain. He has the Crate Dragon Pearl. If you didn't make peace and you want to kill them right away, you'll get the Chieftain's Gaffy Stick. Durasteel Bonding Alloy, Blaster Rifle, the Moisture Evaporators, you get those back too. So I'm pretty sure this is the guy who has the special one. Can I loot him? Why is it not letting me loot him? One of these is going to have a special Gaffy. Or maybe it's in one of these bins. There's a special gaffy somewhere, which I will point out when we find it. Gaffy stick. Ah, there it is. The storyteller has it. Ritos Gadurfi? Ritos Gadurfi. I don't know if that's gaffy stick in Sand People language. Gadurfi. So we have now looting everything. Credits. Head back. Frag grenades, concussion grenades, sonic grenades, so many grenades! Go boom. Alright, adrenal stamina, iron grenade, concussion grenade. Let's heal. So there's lots and lots of stuff. I'm gonna loot this stuff and then frag grenade, iron grenade, adrenal stamina, and then we'll go ahead and take a look at that special gaffy stick and the Krayt Dragon Pearl, because we never did that before. Concussion grenade, frag grenade, sonic grenade, so many grenades! So Sand People like grenades. Ooh, advanced repair kit. Good for you, HK. Concussion grenades, adrenal stamina, iron grenades. Again with the grenades. Alright, let's save. Alright. Go to the items. So we have here. Boop-a-doop. There we are. Ritos Gadurfi. So it is a melee weapon, damage 6 to 13, attack modifier +5. This may have belonged to a Sand People warrior famous among his kind for killing a young Jedi. Okay. But the one tribe that kept the oral history of this event was wiped out long ago. Interesting. So this is the gaffy of a Tusken Raider who supposedly killed a young Jedi, but we don't have record of it because that storyteller from that tribe was destroyed long ago. Interesting.
Here, just a quick note. I spoke the histories in error. I have committed a blasphemy against the Sand People storytelling, so that gaffy stick is not restored content. They get for brewery, but you cannot turn it in as a gaffy stick, as said before. So I just wanted to come on and correct that real quick, and be sorry as you walk by in the background. Thank you.
Oh yes, the Gamorrean Battle Axe, which is another restored item, which we got on Terrace, and I don't remember if I went over it. Gamorrean battle axes, much like their namesake species, are heavy, unsubtle, and a generally very damaging influence in most any situation. Okay. There's our regular gaffy sticks, the chieftain's gaffy stick. So another special thing about Ritos Gadurfi, I don't know how to say that. The special gaffy stick is that you can't turn it into Zerka when you turn in gaffy sticks. And actually does more than the chieftain's gaffy. Now let's find our Krayt Dragon Pearl. There's the moisture evaporators. Prison key. Krayt Dragon Pearl, special upgrade item lightsaber. Taken from the gullet of a Krayt Dragon, this crystalline pearl appears to have refractory qualities that might allow it to function as a lightsaber crystal once properly adapted. Interesting. And there's the holocron. Holocron that has been cracked and worn by sands and wind, but it's still marginally operational. When activated, it shows a holographic image of a middle-aged human man and appears to have been used as a means to record his personal thoughts over many years. So, a little lore sidetrack. That's the detour. I was going to say D-track, and I'm like, that's not a word. D-track side tour. Anyway, so holocrons can supposedly only be made and used by Force sensitives. We know the Basil is Force sensitive. Does that mean that her father was maybe a person who left the Jedi Order a long time ago? Is that why he was reluctant to give her and her mother was not? We don't actually know. We don't have answers to these questions, but it's something interesting to think about. It would make sense as to why he has a holocron on him that was just used to record his personal thoughts. And anyway, I digress. Save. Okay. We can do another heal. While we continue looting everything, we're gonna go around now and get all those wicker bins that we left. Oh, and more remains. Gabby stick. Grenades, sonic grenades, so many grenades. Grenades, adrenal strength, adrenal alacrity. Alacrity? I don't know how to say that word. Words you read but never have to say out loud. No, nothing in that room. That's the one we originally took this wicker stuff from. Repair kits, frag grenades, concussion grenades, ion grenades! So many grenades. So the Sand People Enclave is a great place to stock up on grenades. If you like grenades, or if you're just running low on grenades. Did we get everything? I think we got both of these. Double check. Yep. Alrighty, now that we've looted everything, now all the Sand People outside will obviously be hostile. So let's do one more little heal. But we took care of the Sand People problem, and we did it peacefully before we killed all of them. Okay. The turrets won't attack this way, but the Sand People will. Whee! So now that we've gone all Anakin, we have a bunch of gaffy sticks that we should go turn in. How are we on time? Oh, this is very long. So I'm actually just gonna beat this sand person, and then we'll call this one a wrap. Yeah! Save the game! Save, okay. Alright. If you liked this episode, go ahead and drop a like. Please subscribe for notification, or subscribe and hit the bell so that you actually get notifications of future uploads in this series and other general gaming and saber content. And I will see you next time. Once I can exit. I will see you next time. Bye!